definition and its importance. Artificial intelligence is a part of computer science that aims to make machines like computers or robots act like humans. It means building smart machines that can understand, learn, and do tasks usually done by humans. Think of AI as teaching a machine to mimic human behavior. For example, you can teach a machine to recognize cats in photos just like a human could. Or you can teach a machine to play chess, answer questions, or even drive a car. Now, not all AI is the same. Some AI can only do one specific task, like recognizing cats. This is called narrow AI. But there's also general AI, which can do any intellectual task a human being can do. Right now, general AI is more of an idea. We don't have it yet. AI marks its importance in everyone's lives today. It is important because it can help us to do things faster, more accurately, and even do things we couldn't do before. Let's look at a few reasons why AI is important. Performing complex tasks. With AI, we can do complex tasks like analyzing large amounts of data quickly. For example, scientists use AI to help find patterns in data that could lead to new medical treatments. Improving efficiency. AI can help us do things more efficiently. For example, businesses use AI to automate routine tasks, saving time and money. Availability. Unlike humans, AI doesn't need to sleep or take breaks. It can work 24/7. This makes AI useful for tasks that need to be done all the time, like monitoring security cameras. Making new discoveries. AI can help us to make new discoveries. For example, astronomers use AI to help find new stars and planets. AI is changing the world around us. It's making our lives easier, helping us to do our jobs better, and even opening new possibilities for the future. That's why understanding AI is so important. It's not just about technology. It's about how we live, work, and think. What is generative AI? Generative AI is a type of artificial intelligence that can create new content. It's like an artist with a brush, but the artist is a machine and the brush is data. The machine learns from the data and then uses it to create something new and unique. Here's how it works. Generative AI learns patterns from a bunch of examples. For instance, if you wanted to train a generative AI to create music, you might feed it lots of different songs. The AI studies these songs, learning things like melody, rhythm, and harmony. Then it uses this knowledge to make its own music. Generative AI isn't just for music, though. It can create a wide range of things like images, stories, or even new ideas. For example, there's a type of generative AI called GAN, Generative Adversarial Network, that can generate realistic images of people who don't exist. It does this by learning from a bunch of real pictures of people and then creating new ones. Here's why generative AI is cool. First, it can help us to create things we couldn't make on our own. For example, it could help a musician come up with new song ideas. Second, it can do tasks quickly. Imagine you need 100 unique images for a project. Generative AI could make these in no time. Sometimes it can create challenges. It raises questions about creativity. If a machine can create music or art, what does that mean for human artists? In the end, generative AI is a tool. It's up to us how we use it. But one thing is for sure, it's opening up new and exciting possibilities in the world of creativity. Teaching machines to mimic human intelligence. When we talk about artificial intelligence, we are really talking about teaching machines to act like humans. This means teaching them to learn, understand, and make decisions on their own. But how do we do this? The first step is to feed the machine a lot of information or data. For example, if you want to teach a machine to recognize a car in pictures, you show it many pictures of cars. You also tell it, these are cars. This is the learning phase. The machine looks at the data and tries to find patterns or features that make a car a car. The machine doesn't know what a car is. The second step is the testing phase. Once the machine has learned from the data, we test it. We show it a new picture and ask, is there a car in this picture? If the machine answers correctly, that's great. It means it has learned well. If it makes a mistake, we correct it and it learns from the mistake. This process of learning from data and improving from mistakes is called machine learning, and it's a big part of AI. It's like teaching a child to recognize animals. You show them many pictures of animals and then tell them what each one is. Over time, the child learns to recognize different animals. But recognizing cars is just a small part of human intelligence. Humans can also understand language, solve problems, create art, and much more. So, scientists are trying to teach machines these skills. This is a lot harder, but we are making progress. For example, today we have machines that can understand and speak human language. This is how Siri, Google Assistant, or Alexa can answer your questions. We also have machines that can play complex games like chess or Go, even better than human champions. Sure, machines aren't perfect at acting like humans just yet. They can't feel things or see world exactly like we do, but they are getting better every day. And with all the best things we have learned about AI so far, it's pretty clear it's only a matter of time before they get even closer to thinking like us. The future of machines and AI is super exciting, and it's happening right now. Let's get your first hand on this. Your task is to explore a voice assistant like Siri, Alexa, or Google Assistant. Start by asking it simple questions like, what's the weather like? Or, tell me a joke. Now, try asking more complex questions or give it tasks like, remind me to drink water every hour. Or, who won the World Series in 1985? Pay attention to how the assistant understands and responds to your questions. Does it understand everything you say? How does it react when it doesn't understand? Write your answers to the questions shown here on your screen in your diary or notes app on your smartphone. What tasks was the voice assistant good at? Which tasks was it not so good at? How did the voice assistant mimic human conversation? In what ways did it not seem human? Now, conduct research on one voice assistant like Siri or Alexa, and research how it's programmed to understand human speech. Try and understand what kind of AI technologies does it use? How does it learn from its mistakes? Share your findings with a classmate, fellow, learner, friend, or with someone from your family.